Emperor Palpatine, Darth Sidious. Let's start with the OG of galactic evil. The wrinkliest, sassiest, most electrified villain in all of Star Wars. This guy is playing 4D Djarik while everybody else is still on checkers. He's the puppet master who tricked an entire galaxy, turned democracy into a dictatorship, and got Anakin Skywalker to fall faster than a pod racer without brakes. Palpatine's greatest hobby? Betrayal, manipulation, and that little party trick known as unlimited power. Best screamed in the middle of a thunderstorm. He not only wipes out the Jedi Order, but also keeps coming back after being thrown down a reactor shaft. Palpatine's idea of a good time? Watching family drama end in Force lightning. If evil had an instruction manual, it would just be a picture of this guy cackling for 3 pages.
I assure you, I will bring an age of true peace, one where dissidents shall find no refuge, and the enemies of stability shall face the only justice they deserve.
Darth Vader. If Palpatine is evil CEO, Darth Vader is employee of the decade. Once Anakin Skywalker, now a black-armored cyborg with asthma and daddy issues to match. Vader's resume is impressive. Choked subordinates for minor mistakes, demolished an entire Jedi classroom, and blew up planets by proxy. He is the ultimate enforcer. He's not above slicing off a few family limbs or rearranging the Death Star's chain of command permanently. Every time you hear that breathing, you just know someone's about to have a very bad day. The man is literally introduced walking through smoke and dead bodies. Yet, under the mask, a sliver of hope. At the very end, he yeets Palpatine into oblivion. But make no mistake, for the most of the saga, Vader is the definition of unstoppable evil.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No. I am your father.
Darth Maul. You know a villain is hardcore when getting chopped in half is just a minor inconvenience? Darth Maul. All menace, zero chill, dual-bladed lightsaber, and enough tattoos to put every biker gang to shame. Maul doesn't talk much, but why waste words when you can flip, kick, and stab your way through Jedi? He's the hatchet man of the Sith, the walking anger problem in a sea of angry people. His main hobbies? Revenge, surviving impossible injuries, delivering parkour fatalities. Plus, he turns up in Clone Wars and Rebels, still angry and still hard to kill. Maul's definition of a party: 2 Jedi, 1 dark alley, and nobody leaves with all their limbs. If you see this guy, run. Or hop, whatever you have to do.
Tatooine is sparsely populated. If the trace was correct, I will find them quickly, Master.
Move against the Jedi first. You will then have...
Count Dooku, Darth Tyranus. Not every villain has to look like a Halloween mask. Some just ooze evil with every syllable. Enter Count Dooku, the aristocrat of darkness. He's got the cape, the voice, the curves on his lightsaber, and the ego that could fill an asteroid field. Dooku used to be a Jedi, but it turns out being rich and fabulous was just too much fun. Don't let the grandpa vibes fool you. This guy shoots Force lightning, duels Yoda, and orchestrates a galaxy-sized war with the chill of someone pouring a spot of tea. Dooku is proof that sometimes the scariest villains wear a nice suit and try to kill you with it.
My friend, hundreds of senators are now under the influence of a Sith Lord called Darth Sidious.
General Grievous. Meet the galaxy's most terrifying asthma attack. General Grievous, this 4-armed lightsaber-collecting robo-freak, has more coughing fits than an unmasked smoker at a sandstorm. But he'll still fillet a Jedi before breakfast. Built like a nightmare and programmed for hate, Grievous is the biggest flexer in the Separatist army. His signature move? Spinning 4 lightsabers at once just to show off for the cameras. He's kind of like the final boss fight in a video game your older cousin says you'll never beat. Just remember, if he starts spinning, it's time to start running.
Yes, Lord Sidious.
General Grievous, I suggest you...
Kylo Ren. Next, we have Kylo Ren, the king of mood swings, emo rage, and unnecessary property destruction. Ben Solo took all the angst of adolescence and weaponized it, turning smashing stuff into the only management technique in the First Order. He slaughters his way up the dark side, destroys planets for attention, and has hair so good it should be illegal. Kylo is basically what happens when a Reddit mod discovers Force powers. He's torn between good and evil, but let's be real, mostly evil. At least until the last reel. Would you trust this guy with your car keys? No. Would you trust him to destroy a galaxy? Absolutely.
The Resistance is dead. The war is over. And when I kill you, I will have killed the last Jedi.
Grand Admiral Thrawn. The scariest thing about Grand Admiral Thrawn? He doesn't need the Force to beat you. The ultimate chess master. Thrawn is blue, brilliant, and always 3 steps ahead, even when you think you've won. What makes him so terrifying isn't brute strength, but the evil mastermind energy. This is a guy who studies his enemy's art to predict their moves, then crushes their dreams with a perfectly executed fleet maneuver. Calm, polite, and utterly ruthless. Thrawn is the bad guy you don't realize has already checkmated you. If this guy's fixing you with those glowing red eyes, your chances of survival are lower than a stormtrooper's aim.
Who are you?
Admiral Thrawn. Captain Ballion told me the finer details of your presentation and...
Supreme Leader Snoke. He may look like a failed science experiment and sound like he tunes pianos for a living.
To the last Jedi.
But Supreme Leader Snoke is a galactic-level manipulator. Created in a lab, awkward, Snoke pulls the strings of the entire First Order, corrupts Kylo Ren, and lords over the galaxy from a massive gold bathrobe. He's so evil he doesn't even get a backstory in his first 2 movies. Just shows up, starts zapping people, and bosses around all the angry space Nazis. Watching him die in The Last Jedi is peak unexpected. Blink and he's 2 pieces shorter. If you're wondering who's in charge, it's probably Snoke, and he's probably staring at you in HD.
Droid will soon be delivered to the Resistance, leading them to the last Jedi.
Jabba the Hutt. Sometimes pure evil comes in the least athletic package. Jabba the Hutt, intergalactic gangster, slug, and professional creeper. Jabba rules Tatooine with slimy charisma and a handy trapdoor to the Rancor Pit. He's the reason Han Solo went into Carbonite and Princess Leia had to take up chain-based cosplay. Jabba's hobbies include enslaving dancers, feeding enemies to monsters, and leaking goo wherever he goes. Don't be fooled. This guy is as cutthroat as they come, from his Palace of Doom to his penchant for laughing at your pain. If you owe this gangster money, start looking for a new planet. Asajj Ventress. From the ranks of Don't Mess With Her, Asajj Ventress stands out. Former Jedi Padawan, Sith assassin, Dathomir witch, she's got more life changes than a reality TV contestant. Her signature? 2 curved lightsabers and enough acrobatics to make Cirque du Soleil jealous. Ventress is the definition of ruthless. She flirts with both sides of the Force, takes out clones without blinking, and might flirt with you before stabbing you. She isn't just evil, she's complex. And you just know if she starts talking, you're about to hear something iconic, and then probably lose a limb.
Only the weak seek redemption. I am Count Dooku's apprentice in the Sith arts. I was beginning to think my presence...
That's my list. The biggest villains, tyrants, monsters, and micromanaged disaster machines in the Star Wars universe. Did your favorite bad guy make the cut? Who did I leave out? And who would you demote to Stormtrooper status? Let me know in the comments. Remember, stay away from Death Stars, don't sign any contracts with anyone named Sidious, and may the Force be with you, preferably on the good side. See you next time, and may your lightsabers stay blue, or at least not pointed at you.